Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Mom Connection.
Hi, everybody. Happy Wednesday. How are you, Erica?
Good. How was your birthday weekend? Did you have fun?
It was good. We watched Bad Boys 4. Isaiah was like, "That's all you want to do?" And I was like, "Yeah, I want to be able to watch a movie peacefully and not
Was it
have to
good?
share my popcorn." It was. We didn't know what to expect since it's like another fourth one. We
hmm
were very entertained. Very entertained. For anybody that watches it, Marcus is my husband, basically. Have you seen it?
No, we actually want to go this weekend and watch it if it's still out in theaters.
Well, when you go watch it, think of Isaiah when you see Marcus. I was like, boy, that is, me and him were cracking up the whole time. I loved it. We had a couple drinks on Saturday, but that's at our house, like with my kids and stuff, and we invited, a couple of people over, but that was it. Nothing crazy. You know me, I'm 35, girl, already
I
hitting
know.
40.
Oh my gosh, stop. You still have 5 whole years.
It'll be here faster than you know it.
It will not.
Oh my god, my mic. But yeah, it was good. It was good though. But actually, I wanted to bring up one of the conversations. One of my friends wrote to us and she was telling us how she works from home, and with the kids being home over summer, it's been really hard for her. She has a husband that works, at an office, and she works from home. So she was like, "Can you guys, discuss that to see if other people feel the same?" She knows I work from home. I do have some help from my mother-in-law, but she knows that I work from home and the kids are home for the summer. I told her that you work from home also and your kids are home for the summer. So I told her I could definitely relate, so that we would definitely bring up the conversation, because I feel like maybe a lot of people can relate to this subject, with it being summer and all.
I feel like it's so hard to have the kids here during summer. Luckily, my kids wake up a little bit later. I'm a bad mom. I don't let them go to bed until like midnight, 1 o'clock. I don't even know what time my kids fell asleep last night, to be honest. I fell asleep at midnight. I don't know what time they fell asleep. All I know is that I woke up
Girl,
this morning. Belly still had her glasses on in her bed, sleeping. They were both in her room. I'm like, I do not, I'm a terrible mom. I don't know what time they fell asleep, but luckily, they don't wake up until like 11. So I have to be up by
how
8 to work.
nice.
So I get a
Hmm.
couple hours by myself to like actually work and like speed through as much as I can before they wake up and they're like, we're hungry. We want this. We want that. So that's kind of like a good thing for me. Luckily,
Hmm.
they also Carmelo only has 2 more weeks left of school or of summer break, and then he's back in, and then she only has 3 more weeks. So we
Oh,
have, like, a pretty
less
good
than a month.
routine. Yeah, exactly that. It'll be gone before we know it.
Well, that's good. Girl, not all of us have older children that sleep in. One, I can't make it till midnight, girl. Even when we went to go watch Bad Boys 4, Isaiah was like, "Are you sure you're gonna stay up?" I was like, "Yeah, I got this." I stayed up, by the way. But no, I cannot stay up till midnight. I am horrible. But Josh wakes up. He's still on like that schedule when we would go and wake up and take Ava to school and get her ready.
Mm,
So he wakes up like at 6:37. Maybe if he sleeps in, it's maybe till 8 o'clock. Other than that, like, and I have to be up no matter what because I clock in at 8.
yeah.
And I like to have a coffee or whatever. So he's up early. My friend, she has like a newborn baby. She does the breastfeed. She's doing her breastfeeding. She's working from home. And I'm like, girl, to have, I mean, Josh is relying on me, obviously, because he's two. But I'm like, to be breastfeeding and working and struggling with, maneuvering the household duties also, like to cook, to clean, whatever it
Mhm.
is. I was like, how? Like, how are you mentally okay? She said that when her husband gets home, he does help her, but she's like, those 8 hours, like from 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock or whatever, that he's not there. And she's like constantly with the baby on the boob and, typing and answering calls. She's like, it's a lot. She's like, I'm
Mhm.
emotionally drained. She's like, I'm mentally drained. And I was like, girl, I don't know how. Like, I feel like I'm emotionally and mentally drained with Josh and Ava and a 16-year-old, because mind you, Angel helps me sometimes. Imagine like a newborn on you all day, like constantly wanting like your boob. I can't. Like, props if you're doing it, because it takes a lot for us to be doing that from home.
For sure, it is. Does your friend have, like, does her husband come home and, like, take over, or is she kinda, like, all day type of thing? Because that takes a toll on you.
No, her husband kind of takes over, but she like starts cooking for him. Like she'll start cooking dinner or whatever it is. So it's not like she sits down, like he takes over and she sits down. And then again, the baby still wants her because she's
Breastfeeding.
the one with the milk. Yeah. So although like he's not helping, it's like he can't do more than what he already is, you know?
Mhm.
And then mind you, the baby doesn't sleep through the night. So she's not sleeping a full 8 hours. Like getting up early to go work. Oh my God.
I'm so
Are you
sorry.
okay?
It's the freaking dogs. I'm sorry. Oh my god. Go ahead.
If y'all are listening to this in your car, lower it
I'm
down.
so sorry. Anyways, proceed.
Okay, imagine like those people that do like if you are listening and you go to an office job, imagine sitting in your office, I mean, and having a baby on you or constantly needing something from you. I feel like people that don't work from home can't really understand or not even work from home, like have their kids with them. Like it is so hard to work and have somebody like needing something from you every
But
minute of every day.
But think of the moms that are breastfeeding and the moms that are pumping out work. Like they literally have to get out of their desk every couple hours to take out all the milk and store it or whatever and then go back to work. Like that's kind of like having a kid at home except you have to be pumping every couple hours.
It is, but it isn't. Cause I feel like you're alone. Like you're pumping
True.
and you're alone in a
You get
room
some quiet
peacefully. Like
time.
at home, like the baby's there, like he's on you, and then he starts crying, and then you have to burp him, and then you have to change him. Like it's kind of like damn. Like, and I
And
think
then
like
if you have more than one, like even though your baby's asleep and you're pumping, your other kid is probably like, "Mom, mom, mom." Like you, sometimes you
mhm,
have Joshy's sleeping, but Ava's still awake. It's kind of hard for you to be
mhm.
like have that alone time unless she's at school.
Oh girl, I don't get alone time. And that's I think you know what? I think that's kind of what I try to make Isaiah realize sometimes. I'm like, look, like which I think some people don't like they take it for granted or they don't realize how big of a deal it is. Like you get to go to work and laugh with like your coworkers or you joke around or you see other people.
Mhm.
Like when you work from home, you don't have that social life. Like when you go and just laugh with your coworkers about a customer or whatever it is that you do for your job. That's what I try to tell Isaiah. Like my conversations are with a 2-year old and a 5-year old and my 16-year old. With my 16-year old, I appreciate it because that's the most adult that I get, you know? So sometimes Isaiah comes home and I'm like, blah, 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 nonstop, talking and talking and talking. And he's like, girl, chill. And I'm like, well, I haven't talked to anybody all freaking day. Like, I want to conversate with you, you know? But I mean, it's just hard, I think, to understand working from home with kids. Like it
Yeah.
is, and I think that my mother-in-law helps me. I feel bad for the people that don't have the mother-in-laws or their own moms or a babysitter to help them, you know?
Mhm. I remember when I first cuz I've been working from home before like COVID started, right? I've been working from home since like 2018. Like it's been a really long time that I've been
Oh,
working from home.
wow.
Yeah, so um at the beginning it was hard because I did have both of the kids at home because once I started working from home I was like, fuck this, I'm not going to pay for daycare. Like it's super expensive. Like I will figure it out and I will do it by myself at home. It was so hard to even get on a meeting without Carmelo screaming because he was so wild. Like he would run around and he would
Mhm.
scream and he'd be fighting and he'd be laughing and singing and dancing. Like he was so loud and he stopped napping so early, so young that it was just a lot. And so being in my little apartment with both of them while I was working
Mhm.
was like the hardest thing ever until he got to pre-K and I only had her. It was a little bit different because she was more
Mhm.
like attached to me, but I could put on a movie and she would just chill there and like watch TV. Whereas with him, he was like, play with me, do this, kind of like how Joshy is with you. That was Carmelo.
Mhm.
And she was
Josh
so
is
chill.
definitely crazy.
And
No, no,
that
no.
was
Josh
like the
is
easiest
mm-mm.
was having one in school and then her here. And now with both of them at school, all day, it's so nice to get work done because right when they come home, like I start cooking and I start doing everything, and that's
Mhm.
helpful. I think it's when they're small, it's like the hardest thing. in the world, especially if you have a baby.
Yeah, yeah, no, I agree. I think it is a lot. I mean, like I said, even with my mother-in-law coming and helping me, like Joshy still wants me for some things. Like I'm working and he
You're
still
his
like comes to the
mom.
door and yeah, but
Mhm.
I'm like, bro, I'm working. Trying to provide. Just kidding. But it's because it's true, like he's so attached to me because he's here all day, like with
Mhm.
me, but I'm just kind of like I don't know. It's hard because that goes into like being the dependent parent where they
Yeah.
kind of just want you. Like even if their father's there, even if their sister or their brother or their grandma's there, like they want you. Like you all could be sitting down and no, mom, get it for me. Even though you're eating, it's like no, like I want mom. And I
Mhm.
think that's kind of what brings us into like that mental stability for moms. Like you're the default parent, you're working with them all day, they constantly need something from you. You literally, I don't know about you, but I am the default parent. And like I'm showering and Joshy's like yelling and asking me for something outside of the shower. And I'm like, go ask your dad. And nope, he wants me to get it. Like Ava
Mhm.
too. Like Ava's a little older. So I'm like, Ava, just ask your dad. But for some reason, I'm like, why? I want to know if there's any dads that are the default parent. I know most commonly we think of the default parent as the mother, but I want to know if there's like dads that are the default parent and how they feel being that default parent. So I think it's hard for them to relate.
Yeah, I think so too. I know for sure I am too, especially like last night. I was literally laying in bed. I think I was watching my favorite show, Love Island, and Carmelo comes in the room and he's like, "Mom, can you ask George for something?" Mind you, George was sitting right next to me on the bed. And I was like, "Can you not ask him? He's right next to me. Like, why do I have to tell him to do something?" Like that is so annoying to me because even about to be 12, he's still like, "Mom,
Like,
mom, mom, mom."
mm-hmm.
I was like, "Dude, it doesn't cost anything for you to be like, George, can you do this?" When I'm
Yeah,
watching my show, like I'm invested. I'm like trying not to do anything else and he's asking me for something. And I'm like, I
that's
hate
how it
that so much.
is.
It's so annoying.
It is. And I think I fight myself. Like, how I told you I can't stay up late. I wish I could stay up late still, but
Yeah.
I really can't. And I'll fight with myself. Like if Joshy finally falls asleep, and even if Ava's not asleep, Ava's chill. Like she'll lay down and watch something with me. Like sometimes I'm like, do I want to lay down and just watch my TV show, or do I want to go to sleep early, or do I want to shower again but in peace without nobody bothering me? You know what I mean? I think
Yeah.
I fight with myself. I'm like, Marlene, what do you really want tonight? Like, do you want to sleep? Do you want to just watch a TV show, or do you want to watch TikToks on your phone? Like, whatever it is, just in peace. Girl, I can't. I'm one of those. I'm on social media and I'll fall asleep. Like, my husband can stay on it and like he'll be a beppo. I'll knock out. Like I social media puts me to sleep. Like I cannot stay on it for a long time. But I don't know, like is that the only peace and quiet that we really get is like when the kids fall asleep? Like how
Yeah.
sad. Like, you know what I
Which
mean?
is crazy because I've seen a lot of TikToks of like moms who are like, watch me as I do my job while my kids are sleeping, and she makes like party crafts or whatever, and she does like birthday cake setup or the toppers and like candy bags and stuff, and she'll literally put her
Mhm.
kids down and work until like 2 a.m. And I'm like, damn, that's crazy to think that we have to do everything
People
when
do
they're
that.
asleep. Yeah, because even
Mhm.
sometimes I'm like, oh, I want to read my book, so I'm like, I'm gonna read when the kids are asleep, because if I try to read while they're awake, they'll ask me 7,000
You
questions
won't
and
be
I
able
just can't
to.
even get through a book. So that's normally when I do it, is at nighttime, or I'll watch my show, I'll read, and then I'll do TikTok and then I'll go to bed. I cannot stay
Girl,
up
I
late either.
cannot. I will
No, I
pick
can't
one or
stay
the
up
other.
late either. Right now, because it's summer and I know that they're gonna sleep in, I stay up late. I stay up till like midnight, sometimes 12:30. But
Mhm.
usually I'm during the school, I'm asleep by 10. So I usually put the kids to bed early, and then I'll have my time
Mm,
to watch my show, read, and do TikToks,
something.
cuz if not, I will be
Mm.
like asleep. And I hate just wasting my day on sleeping. Like if I sleep in, it just bugs me so much.
I can't sleep in even if I tried. I think there's been times where like I don't even remember. I know that there's been a time that we haven't had our kids. I think they spend the night at their grandparents, maybe last year sometime because it doesn't happen often. But even at that, I'm kind of like I can't sleep in for the life of me. Like my clock is just I'm already awake like by 7 o'clock, like I'm or at 7:30. Maybe I'm like Josh, like at 8 at the latest, but I'm up. But I'm sure a lot of moms are like that. Like it's just that's
Mhm.
how we're programmed already. We've been waking up so early, doing so many things at once, and it's kind of like this is it. Like you're not gonna sleep in. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But no, I am scared though. I did tell my mother-in-law is leaving out of town next week with Ava. Um and I am going to be with Josh all week and I'm scared. But I did tell my manager like letting you know like unfortunately, not unfortunately, but I'm in this situation where my son's going to be with me all day every day for a whole week because my mother-in-law is leaving. And I have so many meetings and I'm seriously like trying to figure out how I'm gonna like get lunch ready for him, for me, juggle the meetings, juggle work because I'm just like, but then I think like shit, this is what actual women go through. Like the women that don't have help, like the women that
Mhm.
don't, do it. Like how? You're just
I think
overwhelming yourself.
you are, but I think some of them have it down to where, like, pack him a little, like, Lunchable, like, at the night before, make him, like, a Lunchable and have, like, shit ready for in case he gets hungry, you can literally
Josh is
just
allergic to cheese
oh, shit,
and
we'll just
milk
give him
and
ham,
peanuts and Nutella and oh my
give
god.
him peanut butter, jelly
He's
sandwich.
allergic to
Oh,
peanuts.
shit, just give him a jelly sandwich.
Girl, you know what? This has to be allergies, man. I've never dealt with that. Yeah, dude, he's allergic. He can't. You know what? I don't know if he can't have Nutella. I know for that for a fact.
Oh,
He can't have
dang,
regular milk. He drinks oat milk. He's never had regular milk. He
dang.
barely. I don't even know. Is that a word? Is barely a word? Because I've been saying it
Yeah,
for like my whole life. Okay,
yeah, I
he
think so.
barely started
If
eating
not, can they
eggs.
tell us in the comments if it's a word or
I know
not?
they're gonna be like, "Girl, no, that's not a word." Um, what's it called? He barely just started eating eggs. Like he had an allergic reaction when he was younger, and I tried it again, and poor kid, he devoured those eggs. He loved it.
Hmm.
But anyways, yeah, it's hard to set him up for success because he's allergic to stuff. But I mean, I just told myself like during my lunch, I'll just feed him. Like I'm used to not eating. I'm used to just drinking coffee all day. So I was like, I'll just feed
Girl,
him
that's
during
not
my
good for you
lunchtime.
either.
Yeah, I know, but that's kind of how it goes. I'm just like on coffee all day, coffee and water. But I feel like that's how most moms are. Most moms that are busy and doing this. And then imagine the moms that have kids in sports. Like even with us having Ava, like you're working all day, you're attending to your kids all day, you're trying to get your job done. And then at 5 o'clock you clock out and then there's practice at 6 and then whatever. And even talking about it just overwhelms me. Like
That's gonna be
as
my
mothers,
life
we do
because
so much.
now we're in club soccer and club soccer's fucking practice Monday, Wednesday, Friday, games Saturday and Sundays. When am I gonna have a life? Never. And then she wants
Mm-mm.
to do soccer too, and her soccer will be once a week and then games on Saturdays. So we're just gonna soccer is life, I guess,
That's
here.
just how it is. You know what? I have a friend who has two boys and she has them both in sports. They've been in sports for long. Mind you, they are very good at the sport. They're just like genetically athletic. I don't even know what it is, but they are good at all the sports they've played. But she is always like at practice, at games. I even told her like, when do you do things for yourself? She's like, girl, it's just about the boys right now. Like they're a little bit older. I don't know their exact ages. I'm sorry, but they're really good. Like when I tell you they're good, they are. I was like, damn, well, might as well invest your time. They're gonna join in the NBA or MLB or whatever. But they are constantly at tournaments, at games, at practices, like Monday through Sunday. When I tell you, Erica, like constantly, like at because they're like in more than one sport at a time. So I'm just like, we do a lot. Like we do a
We
lot
do.
from home, from work in general in life.
It's hard. I think you for sure have to find like what works for you. If,
Mhm.
not working, not sleeping works for you, then don't sleep. Like I think just
Mhm.
everyone has their like way of raising their kids and like being involved in everything and like sports and
Mhm.
things that they want to do and things that make them happy. Like I think it's just a lot of things that you want to juggle, but if it's something you are comfortable with and you know how to do, then you're going to do it, right? Like,
Mhm.
it doesn't matter like if you get a little bit of sleep or a lot of sleep, like you're just going to do what makes you happy. And I think that that's why even though some moms or parents are like, "Oh, this is a lot of work. This is stressful. We have this and
Mhm.
this." I think that they still think like this is what makes us happy. Like I've seen a bunch of
Yeah, it
TikToks of
is.
like parents like, oh, even though we have sports every weekend and we have this and this and this, it's what makes us happy and it's what makes our kids happy. And that's what we're going to keep doing, is because we want to see their happiness. And I feel like it's like that really big right now, because a lot of like millennials, we're millennials, right? Yeah. I
I
feel
don't know.
like
Don't ask me that in public. Don't ask me that on camera.
I feel like a lot of people our age, I think we're millennials. Um we didn't like grow up like the younger kids now, right? Like I feel like we didn't get to like experience like club, like we didn't get to do like tournaments and all this stuff that is now so big. I feel like I never got to experience that. Like obviously I'm not sportsy and I'm not into any of that, but I feel like my kids have a really good childhood right now because we're investing all of this time and all of our energy into what they want to do. Like we're like, oh, let's plan a trip, but where would the kids want to go? Like it's always about them. And I feel that that's why we like overwhelm ourselves so much, is because we worry too much about what they want and what they need.
But it's good though because I mean I don't know, I came across that TikTok where like they show kids at practice and they're like they're gonna remember like you being there, you know, because there's
Exactly.
times where me and Isaiah are like all over the place about taking Ava to practice and her games, and with Josh, because sometimes Josh is having a good day, sometimes he sucks and he's in a bad mood, and it's just like we got to do it, like we're gonna suck it up and do it. And then Isaiah can't wait for Josh to play t-ball or baseball or whatever the references are, and I'm like, imagine when we have both kids and practices and games. But it's like you said, like you do it for them, like you do it because you want them to look back on their childhood and be like, that it was a fun time for them, like, and we were always there for all of it, no matter what. At the end of the day, we do what we're doing for our kids.
Mhm.
Speaking of, I was so emotional. Did you hear Luke Combs' new album, the
I
Fathers and
haven't
Sons
finished it
one?
yet. I cried the first one and
Oh
I was like, I can't.
God.
Not yet.
Girl, me and Isaiah listened to it. I was crying like a baby. Like I mean, it's about fathers and sons, but I could not just it's a beautiful album. If you guys haven't listened to it, go listen to it. Even people that don't like country, even if you don't have a son, go listen to the damn album because, oh, Erica,
And
when I
then
tell
Luke
you, I
Combs
was like,
sponsor us because we're here promoting your new album.
his new album. Dude, I was like, given the fact that I love I'm lyrical. Oh my god, that front door famous. Oh my god, I couldn't. I cried and I cried. He was smart though. He released it on Father's Day
Father's Day.
weekend. So
Mhm.
I think I every post that I saw had like one of his songs on there, even mine. But it was good. Go listen to that album. But yeah, I mean at the end
Luke
of the day
Combs,
we do it
promote
all for
us.
our kids.
Luke
Sponsor
Combs,
us.
if you're
Um
listening, to us,
not listening to us.
you never know.
Hey, um, sorry, you guys. This is totally off topic, but I will forget if I don't tell you. You know that girl that went famous for her whole
Ugh,
Coctua
yes.
thing?
I'm so over it.
Well, okay. Yes, well, I've seen so much nonsense on it, but I wanted to tell you something because I came across one of her interviews. I just thought it was crazy how fast the internet makes up lies, is what my point is. They said that she was like a preschool teacher and all this stuff,
She
and
got
she came out on
fired.
an interview. She's like, no, she's not a preschool
No, no, no,
teacher.
I
She
know,
works
but
at
I
a
saw
fact
that
at
interview
some. Oh
that
yeah.
she
That
said that
she
she
got
got
fired and
fired.
that her dad's a preacher, all this stuff, and she's like, none of it's true. And I thought, I mean, given like, I mean, it's crazy how viral it went, but I thought, well, damn, like the internet made up a whole. I know that the internet lies. Don't get me wrong, but I was like, they made up a whole life about this girl so fast, and everybody, because even I was like, damn, they fired her. Like, poor girl, she has to have a life outside of being a teacher. Blah blah blah. She's not even a teacher. I was like, it's insane, like what people do. Like, I don't know. I thought it was crazy. Side note,
Which is
sorry.
so crazy, because she's so big right now on that simple phrase that next week when somebody else does something crazy, we're gonna forget all about her.
I mean, no offense to her in any way whatsoever. I don't think I'd want to ever be, well, not that I don't think, I know I would never want to be famous for something
For
or
something like
viral or
that.
whatever. Yes. Oh my goodness. But anyways, props to her. She has a whole management team and I don't know what already, but
I think they're even
anyways,
making like
back, sorry.
Funko Pops up for her. There's shirts, there's hats, there's literally everything about her right now.
Well, one of our followers was wearing a shirt of her. You didn't see him?
Yes.
My goodness.
He's obsessed with her.
Uh,
And if you know
yeah,
who you are, you know.
he probably already slid into her DMs.
He probably did.
Um, but no, sorry. All jokes aside, moms do a lot and working parents do a lot. And I think I saw a TikTok that said, you expect us and to go to work from 8 to 5 and then come home and make dinner from like, or I don't know what it said. Have you seen it from like
I
5 to 6
think so.
and then spend time with our kids from like 6 to 8 and then go to sleep? So out of the whole day, we like for the people that leave to work, they only see their kids for like 2 hours before bedtime. And I'm like, it's true. Like for the people that leave, that I mean, it's not just about working from home. Like you don't see your kids all day and then there's shit to do after work, whether it's practice or cook or whatever it is. And that in all reality, when you sit down and play with your kid, like how long are you actually sitting down and playing with your child? Not that I'm judging, I'm just saying like it sucks if you think about it, like the
Mhm.
time that you're trying to give to your kid, but you're trying to make a living as well. You know what I mean?
But you know what? It also sucks for like the people who work from home because even though you work from home, you still got to work. So even though your kid's at
Yeah, you're
school all
not
day,
giving that full attention.
yeah, because I feel like that. I feel guilty of that sometimes. Like the kids are like, "Oh, come play with me," and I'm like, honestly, like I can't right now. I have a ton of meetings. I have a ton of work. Like I can't play.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people think that if you work from home, you get to chill all day, and it's not like that. Like especially
Mm-hmm.
not. I think for us, like it's hard because we have so many meetings all day. Like, yeah, I'm
Mm-hmm.
constantly on the internet and like social media and stuff, but because I can multitask and I can do two things at once. But I feel like it's draining. Like even right now I feel bad because I the kids don't do anything during the day because I work. So I feel bad that they're on their video
Mm-hmm.
games and tablets and all day while I'm working and I can't really do anything until I get off. But then that's already 5 o'clock and we have to cook dinner and it's fucking hot here. So what am I really gonna do with them outside? Like we literally just stay home all day because there's nothing else we can do during the week. And I feel like that
Yeah.
takes a toll because I feel like I'm not spending enough time with them. And then they feel like I'm not spending enough time with them. And I'm like, shit, well, what do I do now? Like, I want to read for 30 minutes, but I can't because then they're going to think that I prefer reading over hanging out with them.
It's like that mom guilt, you know what I mean? Where you're kind of
Hmm.
like, damn, like, am I doing a bad job because I'm trying to work, but I need to play with my kids, but they want me to play with them. So, as draining as it is, or as tired as you are, like, even with Ava, like, I'm like, okay, like, let's color or let's play Barbies or whatever it is. But because you're kind of, you feel that mom guilt. And like you
Hmm.
said, sometimes you're like, I just want to read a read, like, for my mental, like, sanity, I just want to do something for myself, you know? But I think that's what it is about parents, that we put ourselves last. Like whatever
Hmm.
our kids need, that we're gonna end up doing whatever they want. Not
But
whatever they want, but you
also,
know what I mean? Like if they
I
want to
think
play a
that's this
game, you know what I mean?
generation. Like us being millennials, being
Mhm.
parents, that's what we want to do. Like we want to be put our needs last and put theirs first because we feel like not everyone, right? Not everyone had the same
Mhm.
childhood or whatever, but most of
Experiences.
us had where we didn't get to experience all of these things and now we want to do that for our kids.
No, it's true. I mean, I know my mom worked a lot and it's just, and I don't, I love her because she did everything she could to provide for us. So I try to juggle, being a mom and working from home. I mean, I used to work at an office and then I decided that I didn't want my kids to be in daycare. So I looked for a job to work from home. I miss going to an office. Like if it were up to me, I probably would do what you do, where you go in hybrid, but I can't because obviously the company I work for is in Arizona. But I tell Isaiah, my ideally, like I want to go back to an office. Like I would love to go back like 2 times a week, but I made the decision to work from home, knowing that I didn't want to work from home completely, but to be with, to not have to put my kids in daycare, so those are
Mhm.
decisions we make for our kids. Given thanks to you, I got a job that I love and I love the company that I work for. So that's a good thing. Because I think it's worse when you hate what you're doing. I think that's hard because that really takes a toll on you
Mhm.
mentally. You hate what you're doing and you're doing it 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, you
Yeah.
know?
I agree. I think but you know what? Even though I can go into the office, I don't want to. Like, I do wanna go and, like, have that social aspect and, like, talk to people and, like, make new friends and, like, talk to other people and, like, go have
Mm-hmm.
lunch and do all the fun stuff. pero me da una pinche hueva to get out of bed, put on fucking clothes, get ready. Like, I don't want to do all that. I'd rather sit in my pajamas or in my yoga pants all
Girl,
day and work from my
I wonder.
home.
I wanna ask if people feel the same. I
They
miss it,
probably
Erica.
do.
I miss it. I miss going to an office. I feel like I'm such a homebody now. Like I feel like you said, like I'm late, not lazy. Like I still will get ready, but I'm like not as much as I used to because I'm like I'm home all day. Like why am I gonna put on makeup if I'm gonna be home all day? But I do miss it. Like I wish I could go in. Like even though they want to send me to the office, quarterly now, I'm like grateful for that, but I'm just like, damn, America, like go to the office. And we have such a nice office.
We do, but I live 30 minutes away from the
Uh,
office. So just thinking of waking up early, first off, getting myself ready, going to the office, looking for a desk, because I don't even have a desk in the office. I'd have to use like a cubicle that everyone else uses. That just
Mm-hmm.
annoys me. And then having to drive in traffic and come back in traffic, I'd rather just not do it. I'd
Even
rather
if it
not.
was one day a week,
Well, we have to go one day out of the month, which is fine by me.
one day
One
out of
day
the
out of the month.
month.
Yeah. We have to go for our team meetings. And I'm okay with that because we usually buy lunch or my boss buys us lunch. But that's it. Like I'm fine with once a month. Like as much as I tell myself, "Oh, it'd be so cool." Like me and my friends will be like, "Oh, let's go to the office next week." And I'll be like, "Yeah." And then that week comes and I'm like, "You know what?
Never
I
mind,
can't.
girl.
I'm good. I don't want to go. I don't want to get ready. I have too much shit to do at home." But you know why is because I'm used to like working and then being excuse me, being like, "Let me go put a washer in. Let me go do my dishes. Let me go
Mm-hmm.
make lunch." Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
used to doing everything in between calls and in between meetings that when I go to the office, I feel like a whole day is wasted. Like I
That's
just feel like
insane.
I just would prefer to be at home. And you're right. I want to know how other people feel. Like would they rather go to the office than be at home all day? Cuz in my head I'm like, "Damn, it
Yeah.
sounds
I mean,
so nice
I feel
to."
like there's
Mhm.
people like that go to the office and they're like, damn, I wish I could work from home. And there's people that work from home and they're like, damn, I miss the office.
Mhm.
So where do you work? Not where do you work, but do you go to an office? Do you work from home? Do you miss the office? Do you wish you could work from home? I feel like people that go to the office, they don't really know what it's like to work from home. Girl, I don't know how, I mean, I like it. I don't get me wrong. Like I do, like you said, because in between stuff, you can go throw in a load or something. But I think I would like to go to the office like once a week. I don't know about once a month, girl, but once a week I think would be nice. But again, we change our lives for our kids. We do what we have to for
Mhm.
our kids.
Yeah,
But
I
it's
agree.
crazy. But
But I'm curious, like, how do you feel? Like, do you think it's easier to work from home with kids, or do you think it's easier to work in the office with kids at home?
or off at
Or
daycare. I
mhm,
mean, I know a lot of people have their kids in daycare, and I respect that. I went to daycare. Me and my brother went to daycare. I just, girl, I'm terrified. I my helicopter mom, anxiety character from Inside Out 2. That is me with my kids. I just can't. So let us know, like, if you work from home with your kids, how you deal with that. If your husband or partner dedicates time for you to go do something for yourself, do you get up early to gym? Do you stay up late and watch TikToks or read a book? Like, how do you give yourself time to for your mental well-being? Like, what do you do
mhm,
for that? Because we really want to know. We both work from home with kids. I get up and do cycling sometimes, but it's at 5 in the morning because that's the only time I can do it. So, or like Erica, do you like to like stay up late and read and watch TikToks? But we
and
really
watch
want to
Love
hear
Island
from
on
you.
Peacock. If you
Oh my
haven't seen it,
god,
watch it
I've never
because it's
seen
so
that.
good. Watch it. Love Island. Peacock sponsor us.
Everybody sponsor us.
Just sponsor us. No pasa nada. It's okay.
No, it's great. What's it called? But yeah, let us know. We want to hear about your experiences. To my friend that reached out and suggested this topic, thank you. I appreciate it. I feel like a lot of people are going to relate to it, especially
Mhm.
during the summer. Me and Erica related to it, and like I said, I'm sure other people will too.
For sure. And if there's topics that you would like us to cover or talk about or give you our opinions, we're no experts, but I
Mm-hmm.
feel like we have good opinions. Reach out to us. We will be more than happy to talk about it and tell you what we feel or what we think is not the right thing, but like the way we think, I guess, reach
Mhm.
out to us. We don't bite.
No, we don't. I'm all thinking. No, we don't. Please like, share, subscribe, do all the things that we usually ask you to do. And we will talk to you guys next week.
Yes, have a good
Oh,
week.
have
We'll
a
talk.
good 4th of July.
Oh, yes, have a good one. Talk soon.
Bye.
Bye.